play this right here. Let's share this for you. Said some things. He can't say much because everybody in AEW is under NDA. Punk couldn't say much. Everybody's under NDA, which in itself is like that. I don't know. That's to me, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's super weird, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. What's weird? What I find weird about that is that they would give somebody an NDA, but not a no compete clause.
Right.
Because that CM Punk was probably the biggest hit that AEW ever took. I'm surprised that didn't sink him.
Well, remember what happened with Ray Phoenix is they fucking tried to hold on to Ray Phoenix and say he was on injury reserve so he wasn't accumulating his contract time to keep him from signing when Penta signed, which made them put Penta in as a single star. And now look, Phoenix, he's teamed up with Andrade instead of being a star. So it worked. It was petty. But you're right, it's just super weird where their mindset is at, where they're playing defensive measures.
Yeah,
First,
AEW. Yeah,
AEW. They know that where the issue is, and they're just trying to ignore it.
I just think, I just think it's bad business from AEW standpoint. And they're lucky that the Kahn family is just loaded and they own the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is also a future franchise. But the only thing they got going for them is that Cody, these boys created it, so it had that big aura. They're the one that brought CM Punk, whether they like it or anybody likes it or not. They're the one that brought him out of retirement. And AEW is just anti-WWE. And so anybody who, just is so
gimmick.
sick, that's their gimmick, And so that's what's surviving them right now.
People will say, well, let me play this real quick because I have bigger comments on that. So this is...
But there's also clearly respect and love. In the end, the way I kind of see it is, if I felt disrespected ever at WWE, that's one thing. That's a company that was built. Look, it's glass. That's the Yankees. That's the flagship of it all. If I ever felt there, I was a number on a sheet maybe, but feeling disrespected at something I built. With my friends and with us that we built, feeling disrespected there, I wouldn't stand for it. And I think Brandy and I both, I'm so blessed to have her. It was one of those where it was, I did way more here than you think, and you're gonna find out the moment I'm out the door. I don't believe in like the cold-hearted, backstabby type of revenge. The greatest revenge on earth is success, and I felt like we were sitting on something wonderful, something great, a huge, potentially with what I was doing with the American Nightmare as a bad guy, as a good guy, as something in between. We're sitting on something magic. And if I'm not going to do it in the house that I literally, with Matt, Nick, and Kenny built, then buddy, I'm going elsewhere. There's clearly bad.
So for me, that says a lot more than he said, because it's like, well, clearly what he's saying is that Tony Khan is an issue. Because he never mentioned building it with Tony Khan, which he shouldn't. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, Cody." No, Cody built that. Cody's the reason AEW exists, because Cody left WWE, proved himself, got these friends. People were behind Cody's redemption story. People wanted him to stick it to WWE. That's what allowed AEW to be built. Cody was literally handling all the signings, all the press, he was doing all the booking. He booked himself into a corner that he couldn't get back from because he didn't want people to think that he was abusing his power. And then people are going to sit here and act like he wasn't what he was. Let me tell you something. The same with Punk. Everybody wanted to disrespect him. But if it wasn't for Punk's revolution against WWE, the hate for WWE would have never started. Punk's leaving in 2014 at his peak is the reason AEW exists. If he did not do that, the hate would not have been there. If Cody didn't leave, it would have never happened. We'd have never got behind it. We didn't get behind some billionaire's company. We got behind Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, and whoever does that is delusional, and it's Tony Kahn. You know, Tony Khan's very delusional, and he's a wrestling fan, and he was the money that made the idea happen.
He's a monk for himself.
Yeah, or it was his dad's money. But either way, though, he was a fan. His dad had the money.
Look, I will say to his defense, a lot of people always said that, like, oh, it's his daddy's money, it's his daddy's money. Was
it his money?
At the end of the day, whoever's got the control of the account, if he's got his executive position at the Jaguars, if he's got the executive position at the football club, it's his money. Yeah. He's earning it. He's learning how to run business. He started
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, daddy's money. I give Tony Kahn a lot of pushback due to his handling of wrestlers like Ray Phoenix, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. But when people are gonna say, "Oh, it's just his daddy's money," I don't give a shit. It's the Kahn money. Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit if it's his or his daddy's. I feel like if his dad entrusted him to run it and his dad's not running it, it's his money. You know what I mean? But
I mean, listen, I agree with you. I agree with everything you just said. You know, you got to give the devil his due. I mean, he handles the wrestlers the wrong way. He's bad at that.
The wrestlers the wrong way.
You know, and hey, some people said Eric Bischoff did that too. You know, these are the people that are not in the industry. You know, my thing is eventually, what will save EW is when Khan relinquishes his power and gives it to somebody else in the creative. He's got to have a buffer between him.
We've been saying this for years, and he won't do it.
Yeah,
if he does, it's going to make AEW.
It's going to
It's going to change the game. It's going to get the wrestlers less entitled, working harder. It's going to restore faith. It still has so much potential.
Yeah. AEW and Khan, he just literally needs to watch what WWE does and do the exact same thing. And I'm not talking about what you see on TV wise, not like the show wise. I'm talking business wise. Like just everything you see them doing. Yeah. Like there's a blueprint for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, and only one game in town has made it through the last 40, 50 years.
So they got a rumor going around that Chris Jericho's gonna leave AEW for WWE.
Yeah, I've seen this.
And they've been saying, "Oh, so let's entertain that he would." They're saying